Hey, we're diving into a matchup that perfectly captures exactly why we love tournament sports. We're breaking down that absolutely thrilling, totally chaotic 2-2 draw between Uruguay and Cabo Verde in Miami. You know, this wasn't just a regular game. It was literally a momentum pendulum. It was this incredible clash where overwhelming, on-paper probabilities collided head-on with just sheer, stubborn defiance.
So you might be wondering, what actually happens when heavy favorites meet a team of totally resilient debutantes? Well, it's the ultimate David versus Goliath setup, right? And it's exactly why we tune in. Because if there's one thing we're going to take away from today's explainer, it's that sports are played on the pitch, not on paper. You can have all the pedigree, all the hype, all the stats backing you up. But man, when you step onto that grass against a squad unburdened by pressure and fueled by immense national pride, all those traditional dynamics just completely unravel.
Section 1. David versus Goliath in Miami.
Okay, let's dive into this mismatch. Just to set the scene for this high-stakes Group H showdown, we've got a profound gap in pedigree. On one side, Uruguay. Heavy favorites. They're rocking this star-studded midfield. I mean, we're talking about global elites like Federico Valverde and Rodrigo Bentancur. These are guys known for utterly strangling the middle of the pitch. The expectation? Uruguay dominates possession, they dictate the tempo, and they just smoothly suffocate the game. But opposing them is Cabo Verde, the debutants. This highly structured underdog team that, if you looked at the pre-match analytical models, was severely overmatched. But, as we'll see, Cabo Verde had entirely different plans.
Section 2. The shocking opener. So picture this. We're in the 21st minute. The statistical probabilities are about to be turned entirely upside down. Cabo Verde, they don't just sit back and absorb the pressure. No, they actively engineer this rapid, incisive counterattack. Bursting forward, they force a totally scrambling Uruguayan defense to make a desperate foul right outside the box. The stadium goes completely, absolutely silent.
Up steps Kevin Pina for the free kick. Now he knows that trying to curl a shot over a wall of elite, towering defenders is a really low percentage play. So what does he do? He goes for a brilliant, low-driven effort. He strikes it with just immense power, and the ball sneaks right through this tiny momentary gap in the Uruguayan wall. Boom! Just like that, a historic 1-0 lead for the debutants. The quiet tension instantly shatters, and the Cabo Verde fans go into an absolute frenzy. They had drawn first blood.
Section 3. Uruguay's lightning-fast response.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because Uruguay is visibly rattled, but instead of folding, they get furious. They unleash this relentless wave of suffocating pressure. 44th minute, Maximiliano Araújo finally breaks through to equalize. But then, oh man, the real psychological blow. Deep into stoppage time, 46th minute, Agustín Canobbio smashes home another goal. 2-1 right before the whistle. Conceding a brutal 1-2 punch right before heading into the locker room, that is a devastating swing. Uruguay turned an absolute disaster into a sudden, commanding lead.
Section 4. The Blue Sharks bite back.
Now, what's really interesting about the second half is how it turns into a pure tactical chess match. It's a real battle of wills. Uruguay tries to execute their preferred game plan, controlling the tempo, long spells of possession, just draining the clock and their opponent's energy. But Cabo Verde, they simply refuse to back down. They maintain this incredibly disciplined, compact low block, frustrating Uruguay's passing lanes, and just patiently waiting for that perfect counterattacking window.
And you know what? That window opened in the 61st minute. Cabo Verde's stubborn persistence pays off big time. They ruthlessly exploit a rare misalignment in Uruguay's high defensive line. Substitute Hélio Varela finds himself in space, receives the ball, and clinically, just perfectly, fires it past the keeper. Level again. 2-2. The Blue Sharks had bitten back.
Uruguay is desperate now. 69th minute, they look to the bench. They bring on star forward Darwin Núñez, throwing everything they have at the goal. But Cabo Verde's defense, it literally turns into a brick wall. They held totally firm against immense pressure. Both teams are just fighting fiercely, trading blows all the way to the final whistle, with neither side able to find that decisive winner.
Section 5. Group H wide open.
And this brilliantly illustrates the absolute chaos we witnessed from start to finish. A 21st minute shocker from Pina, that relentless Uruguayan double strike right before the half from Araújo and Canobbio, and then Varela's opportunistic equalizer in the 61st. It's the definition of a momentum pendulum, just wildly swinging back and forth.
So the crucial point is 2-2. This final scoreline proves exactly why you can never, ever underestimate an opponent. It's undeniable proof that rigorous structural discipline and serious psychological resilience can effectively neutralize a massive gap in raw technical talent. Both of these squads walked away sharing one incredibly hard-earned point.
Which leaves us with this final provocative thought to wrap up today's with Group H now completely, totally wide open. Who is going to capitalize on this chaos? Can Uruguay recover their footing? And maybe more importantly, can the Blue Sharks keep swimming against the current? I honestly can't wait to find out, and I know you can't either. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today, and keep your eyes on the pitch.